And this was the winning moment for the hometown heroes, the Multan Sultans. Abbas Afridi, he sticks it out and manages to get his side home, defending a few runs at the end there, but they got home by 3 runs in the end. What a way for the young man to hold his nerve. The Multan Sultans, they win by 3 runs ahead of the Karachi Kings, and devastation for the Karachi Kings fans, who, in all intents and purposes, thought they probably might have had that one in the bag. What an incredible win it was by the Multan Sultans. As we look back at the match summary as to exactly what happened, it was just an absolutely incredible win for the Multan Sultans. I mean, it was just wonderful that they managed to get that win across. As we look at the match summary there, well, James Vince, he looked like he was going to take it close with 75 off 34, but in the end, it was the Sultans that managed to get across the line, winning by 3 runs as Abbas Afridi held his nerve, as we mentioned before. And someone who's been good enough to join us here at the Pitchside studio is Kieron Pollard, along with Mark Butcher, just to chat through all things that game. My goodness, the ebbs and flows in momentum at the end of that one. Surely your experience was helping out that young bowler in that last over there.
Well, I can only say words. He still has to go out and execute. But yeah, I thought, at the end, it came out to be a pretty exciting match. I thought we'd have done, a lot in the first, in the back end of the 10 overs, the second 10, coming into the last couple overs. But, they had Imad there who was seeing the ball big, and, he took us right down to the wire.
It certainly was a high-scoring affair there, but a lot of swings and momentum, which was so interesting for us to watch. What did you make of the wicket? And we kind of thought that perhaps there were a few runs left wanting out there, considering what a start you got off to.
Yeah, obviously, 190 odd, batting first, you always think that you're in with a chance. But I thought the pitch throughout the entire 5 games that you've played here has been fantastic for both batters. Once the bowlers was able to execute, we were able to sort of get over the line. But, from a batter's perspective, I thought they were really, really good. It's about pacing your innings. And sometimes it's a bit difficult when you walk into bat and have to try to hit, from ball 1. But, having said that, these things happen. But overall, I thought it was very good cricket, from us.
Game was won by small margins in the end. I mean, Karachi would probably look back on some fielding errors and some problems that they had out there in their first half. But what do you think about the bowling-wise, how you guys managed to drag it back? Who were the key players there for you after that blistering start from Vince?
I think the slow bowlers in the middle overs, once the field was spread, we were able to try to control the run rate with less boundary balls. And I think the key moment in that game was the run out with Vince, with Haider Ali. At that position, obviously, Haider's a young guy, but he needs to learn quickly. He needs to sacrifice himself. Vince is going at over 220 strike rate, and I think that was the difference, in the game tonight.
And Captain Rizwan as well with an amazing 100. It was a slow starting innings for him, but he really picked up momentum and truly got you to that 196 total, which was of course competitive in the end.
Yeah, of course. But when you look at it, you have to look at partnerships. The start, yes, he was a bit slow, but Shan got off to a pretty decent start. He hasn't been getting runs in the last couple of games, and we knew that, and we continued to back him because he's a quality player. And Rizwan showed, the quality player that he is, understanding at that particular time that he needs to just knock it around. And when he needed to accelerate, he went bums. 50 odd in about maybe 20 balls in his second 50, so that gave us the momentum.
And talk about the 12th man being the Multan crowd. Obviously, they haven't had a lot of HBL PSL games here, but they were just incredible tonight, weren't they? Yeah,
they were. I think all throughout the 5 games, they have been fantastic, and they sort of help us as well. These guys have been starving, for cricket, and to come here, and I thought they got 5 good games of cricket throughout the last 10 days or so. So kudos to them, and thank you for coming out and support us.
And thank you so much for entertaining us. You've just been wonderful, and we'll let you go because I believe you're heading straight off to Karachi. So congratulations on another stellar win, and can't wait to see you guys in the second half of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, the master blaster for today's match is undoubtedly James Vince.